Did you guys hear that? Sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
Christina
Sorry.
was
Sorry, Bina.
doing an act out.
Sorry, if I could just submit because I don't want it to get lost. Is just that crying is like coming for your face and your heart.
Oh my, I'm glad you repeated that.
Welcome to That's So Mental. I'm Ilana Cohn-Sullivan.
And I'm Cristina Fernandez. And each week we'll dive deep into the labyrinth that is the human brain.
Now, we have no business giving advice on mental health, but we do have a lot of opinions and experiences with full-blown mental breakdowns.
That's so mental. Sweaty girl.
Oh, I am such a sweaty.
That could be our first ad. Are you a sweaty girl? Elizabeth.
Yep.
Hey, are you a sweaty girl?
Do your
Thanks for coming to
armpits-
That's So Mental.
Do your armpits? Oh, God. I'm just, okay. You know what? Take two.
Ilana. We had the pleasure of interviewing a dear, 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 beautiful friend, Sabrina Jalees.
Very funny woman.
Comedian, performer, writer, pickleballer, hard pickleballer.
Practically a professional tennis player.
Parent, high achiever. Mm-hmm. I think you'll deeply enjoy this conversation and where it goes.
Yeah, and make sure that you find her and follow her and send her some love.
Have you heard of Instagram?
Okay, well, I'm happy to be number six. To be number 6 is meaningful to me.
Oh, it's a magic number.
It's a magic number.
You know,
The favorite
6.
number of all time.
The old 6. It holds all the geometries.
It's got a circle. It's got a tail. It's the best.
I love even numbers.
I never pictured a 6 being so cute like that with the circle and the tail.
Wee, get in there.
It's a
like a
happy
little
tail.
belly. It's like a sweet little belly. You could like hang.
Maybe I'm a 6.
You're a
Maybe
6. You're a 6 out of 5.
6
honey.
is the new 10. You know what I mean?
40 is the new 2.
That's such a good pickup line for like a Kevin James type to a Leah Remini. Like 6 is the new 10. Know what I mean?
You know what I mean, baby?
I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to find him. I'm going to pitch it.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kev. Hi, Sabrina.
Hey guys, are we live and rolling?
We're live
We're rolling.
and alive. Thank you for...
Live and alive. Thank jeez.
We're here. We are embodied. You have a beautiful body. You have a beautiful bun.
Let's start with just our bodies.
Let's start with our bodies. Let's go with a 6. Let's start at a 6 and then work from there.
A hot
Let's start with
6.
each of us getting a 6 out of 10 on everything and then work our way up.
Strong 6. What is that, a C minus?
I think it's a D+, which is...
I think I'd rather go for a D plus.
Yeah.
You know? Like, go
Feels
all
more
the way,
positive.
honey.
Speaking of plus, I'm so excited to be on That's So Mental.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Oh, you even got
Look
the
at
title
you.
right. We just changed
You know,
it.
we had an old name and then we realized that there's 17 podcasts already named that, essentially.
Well, what I do is I hover at the beginning of a Zoom meeting. I hover over the name. I say, "Nice to see you, Krista." Great to be with you, Adam.
Listen, Sabrifa. The other Sabrifa Jalees.
Sabrifa's a nice... I like that.
Sabrina, I'm so happy you're here. And I was like really reminiscing. We'll do like a proper intro, but you and I, we met the old school way, honey.
In a bar.
We met as
at diggity dog park.
boom, boom, boom. We were neighbors, honey. Have you heard of them?
Wow.
It's so retro. It's like a romantic comedy about friendship set in the year 1992.
Oh my God, it's like the real sex we're all craving. Like people, they're just outside sometimes.
Oh, were you smoking cigarettes? What were you doing?
No, we had dogs. Mine rest in
God.
peace, but
It's so sketchy that I took my dog to that dog park. It was so violent, that dog park.
that dog park, I almost got, I mean, legitimately,
Yes.
I really almost got murdered at that
What?
dog park.
By
And
a
I'm
dog?
not-
I tried to steal
No.
the story, but I had to say kidnapped
Sorry,
as soon as I
go
could.
ahead. Kidnap. You're almost got it.
It was a dark place that we met, but we had dogs that had the same coloring, black and white.
Oh, yeah. Cute.
And that sort of opened things up. We were neighbors as well.
We
And
hung
then
out on
the
like
rest
a Tuesday morning and like ate cashews. And your wife was like, "What are you guys doing? Who are these people?"
I was
Suddenly
nowhere
best
to be
friends.
found. My wife was gone. I picked you guys up solo style and was
You
like,
did,
I
that's
found
right.
a
You came
couple.
over.
8 foot. I got a fresh straight guy couple and girl.
I want to know what dangerous dog park this was.
Highland Park by the 110. What's it called?
I'll never take
You
my
have
Shih
to
Tzu.
cross like under the freeway around the corner. Sometimes there's nobody there. I definitely almost got murdered by a human being.
Oh God.
It was
This was
freaky.
also 6 years ago, Highland Park. So now it could be like there could be like a Jenny's ice cream there.
100%.
There's an Erewhon. around the corner.
That dog park now there's an entrance fee to that dog park now.
Yeah, you gotta like be on the list. It's like the Soho House for doggies. And your doggie's still Cowboy strong. Taco done.
Oh,
well, Taco's done, and also Cowboy took a huge shit in our kitchen yesterday, so he's not doing. He's not.
I think that's his best life right there.
Quality of life. Quality of life.
You wouldn't believe the size of this shit. And like, you have 2 kids. You got a 7-month-old. You're daring to go on a walk, and then you come home with your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old. Getting everybody ready for bed, and then you go, wait, it smells like the most vile shit in here.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you are managing
3 of my fists.
That
and
is-
my dog is small.
He's rebelling hard.
I mean, it's hard to have a new person in the house.
Is that what it is? Is it a revenge poo-poo?
It's for sure. I mean, like, I also keyword, I said walk. How rude of us to go on a walk without our sweet dog that gets so much attention. We go on a walk, people are like, this guy's amazing. And then when we don't take him on walks, he's just like, if the toys from Toy Story never got activated, he's just like at home waiting to be.
We used to take our dogs to Palm Springs. So he fell from on high.
Oh, yeah.
Grace, he still gets to go to Palm Springs, but the walks on the hot sidewalk there not happening.
Oh, poor little babe.
We only recently got a dog, so we had full grown kids in the house. But still, I never had a dog, so I'm learning the ways, and I feel like I probably leave her home alone too much. But I'm like, if she was in a shelter.
So you're like,
this is better. This is better than that. You're getting
love that strategy.
This podcast is about mental health. There's a certain cognitive dissonance we all have to have these beautiful animals just sitting.
Oh my god!
They have no family. They don't get to see their moms anymore, and we're like, Cowboy,
it's for me.
Why did you shit in the house? And it's like, where's my mom?
Yeah.
Who's my girlfriend? What's my boyfriend?
It's so heartbreaking.
Domesticating animals. It's another podcast.
Yeah.
It's another podcast, and I'm pitching it right now.
I love it.
We'll run it by the,
We do a mental health check-in, speaking of. This is like a way to just like bring us into the present moment. And so we're just curious to know where you're at right now. After
I'm
the
like
shit.
a little bit shaken mentally because my brother just told me that a friend of his that I've known for a very long time is doing assisted death tonight because he's had cancer for 3 years and he has 2 beautiful kids and he's like a young, healthy guy and he's maybe 42.
Whoa.
And like, and before that I was already like creating problems in my head. So it sort of paired perfectly for the moment of just like, why don't I just cry on York so hard? So I have to go back to my car.
Oh, holy shit.
Wait, I want to, I don't want to like dive into the details of this since it's raw, but also you brought it up. So my question is, this is like such a big familial decision, right? So his children are...
I think that basically in Canada it's allowed and my brother's partner's mother just went through it and it's basically like dying with dignity. It's like your body is on its way and it's like instead of continuing to suffer and it's not at all like I think they call it assisted death because it's not similar to suicide. It's like these people want to live very badly but their bodies and they're deteriorated to a point where it's like do we need to keep this going on? And I don't think they have it here, do they? But it's I
think some states. I think it's a state by state. I think Oregon has it. I think,
definitely would desperately want to do it at a certain point. I mean, he's for 3 years and wanted to show his kid. This was I would like started bawling, but my brother was like he wanted to show his kids to like never give up and to keep on trying. And he got like some beautiful extra days with his kids, but sorry to answer the question that way, but that's literally why I was
it's okay.
This is life.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's the first person that I know that is like a young person that has dealt with sort of kind of illness in this way. It's like the first one in my timeline to see like, oh shit, it's like he did not get better. And that's just, then it's like moving on from there.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's just such a reminder. You think it's like some far away thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. And I was very much raised. I mean, like the next thought that I was going to have was like, and before that I was upset because Wolfie came into our room at 1 a.m. and interrupted my sleep, which is like, I mean, this is a mental health podcast, right? So I can just keep on just
going. Yeah. Riff away.
Answering this question and telling you 14 different personal things about me.
All the things that are just piling up in that.
Just at the end of each one, say, this is a mental health podcast, right?
It's a mental health podcast, right? I can unleash.
Yeah. Unleash the beast.
You will diagnose me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do that for sure.
But yeah, like the sort of comparison of before that, my like worries were so little.
Yeah.
But that also is, I think, if we're going to fully diagnose me, my mom was very much like, you know, if something sad happened to me growing up, she'd be like, there are girls in Africa that are starving and raped. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I had a similar.
I've kind of gone back to that with my kids.
Yeah.
I have to tell you. Well, here's what happened.
Minus the rape.
I mean, no, the story, minus that part. But like, I think we sort of overcorrect. And so I think when I had my kids were little, I was doing the like, we're all in our own experiences, so it's all relative. And if we have pain, like, we all feel the pain, even if there's something maybe bigger, quote unquote. But we're going to respect that. But sometimes my kids have these moments where they're just like freaking out about something so trite that I think I've actually had to go back to a little bit of like. Perspective is like, there are people, most of the world right now is on fire and there's like bombs going off and you're complaining about brunch or I don't know, like something you just got that's
it's
not
like
good
like
enough.
The kind of fries that arrived at the table and it's like, how very dare you grow up in LA this way.
And I really thought I was never going to do that. I'm like, no, you know what? A little bit of like perspective in life, not a bad thing.
I think like the reason why church is cool is because there's like sermons. And as a parent, you have to have these different sermons in your pocket. Sort of.
They're helpful. You just whip them out, right?
Yeah.
But like sometimes that sermon is necessary. And then also
sometimes you back off. Yeah. Sometimes it's Christmas. Yeah. Sometimes it's like the fun one.
Sometimes it's the fun one. I think like for legitimate pains that your kids have, the ones that seem silly sometimes, like Wolfie was crying once because his Minecraft club at school was the same day as his hiking club. And it is definitely a champagne problem. But I'm like, this is devastating.
In their world. Yeah. Of course. They're little worlds.
But then when the like brunch problems happen, then you got to be like, oh, I got a sermon for this. And it dates back to my ancestors, honey.
You got to dig
and learn.
And it involves eating mud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I did there's people, there's children crossing borders with things on their backs. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's a good thing to remember that it's a gift. We have gifts.
Your gesturing during the story makes me feel like you did like a full
sort
act
of out.
Next play.
I was like, I did go to theater school, kids. Sit down and let me show you a couple of things.
We're going to the backyard. I got something to show you.
They're so sick of my performances.
I will say my daughter watched a documentary. It was about these guys. They were like college students. And as an experiment, they went to Honduras, I think. And they lived off of like what the people in the village were living off of, which was like $1 a week or something. And they did a documentary and she watched it and was just like,
that's real.
It really
impacted her.
Yeah, it impacted her. And
the world is not just, we are single, especially at that age.
Just like, whoa, what do you need? Oh, Amazon, I'll get you some new
and
everything.
We're like that, and then add that to a child's like life in modern times.
It was good. I think we should show our kids more documentaries of.
You know what? When I was a kid,
just take them. Yeah. Where are you from originally? Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Toronto. Okay. I grew up in Toronto. My dad is Pakistani and my mother is Swiss. And then I moved to New York. These are the relevance. Okay?
Yeah.
Then I moved to New York like in my early 20s, lived there for 8 years, and now I've been living in LA for almost 10 years.
It sneaks up on you.
It does sneak up on you.
It's sneaking up, and I'm never going to leave. I love it here.
It's great. It's a great place to be. You're friends with a lot of Canadians. I appreciate and respect that.
I know. Yeah. I do know a lot of Canadians. I know a lot of
You're
cool,
a good
funny people.
Okay.
I know you're kind. You're kind Americans.
Like when Americans say Canadians are good people, there's a little bit of like a fetishizing of you. Happening with it's like you're kind of nice people.
Am I fetishizing you?
Are we fetishizing you?
Your kindness?
No, not fetishize. It's more sort of like I can't because when you can't hear your own accent, like I can't get a grip on when Americans are like Canadians. They're so good. There's got to be a little undercut in there where it's like you talk weird and you live in the cold.
No, you guys are nice Americans. Every time I meet a nice American, I go, they must be Canadian.
No, you said American, but you mean Canadian. I hate to bump. Oh, wait, no, you got it. Sorry, that was my mental illness. Guys, I just cried.
Okay, seriously though. Okay, you keep saying
comedians. Got it.
Comedians in the cars getting depression. Well, so wait. So I brought you on because I when I think of you, this is actually a lot about perspective. When I think of you as someone who's really good at navigating these wild waters of being a creative and trying to have like a stable life. And you seem very like you don't have mental problems to me, Sabrina.
But yet I was just crying.
But I think crying is great. Wait, what do you mean?
Maybe like if there's something to draw from that compliment to some sort of wisdom, I think it is that I maybe cry.
Except those, of course.
I think being able to process your feelings is a true
sign of mental health.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, I think that's like literally number one.
Yeah, I've talked about it on here before. It took me years of therapy
to not dissociate.
To be able to even like name a feeling. And crying is still hard. I mean, I gotta really.
Is it hard for you?
It is.
You're a crier. I love it. I mean, it's so sweet. It's so. I love a good cry.
I admire it so much, though. I mean, I really do. Like my husband, I feel like is so in touch with his emotional side, and I really respect and love that about him.
You gotta like join all these little Ilanas together to.
Yeah, I can cry at like like a commercial or something that's outside of myself. It's about
I know what you need to do.
What?
Well, ayahuasca journey.
Oh, honey, you don't know who you talking to right now.
I knew you were going to say it.
Did you do it?
I sure did.
We're saving that for the
1
year anniversary.
I went to Costa Rica and did a 4-day ayahuasca retreat, and I went cuckoo bananas.
A lot was learned.
Yeah.
And you're saving the story for like another episode.
The ayahuasca episode. But maybe, I don't know. Do we?
Interesting. I mean, like, isn't it interesting that was like, I'm like, what you got to do? And you're like, bitch, I did it.
But it's like, processing.
Do you think that there is something like, if it was a very rough journey, there's something to like,
oh yeah.
I bet you crying is part of like the recipe of it.
Yeah. Well, I did a lot there, a lot of crying.
Good.
And there is like for this year, I've been kind of like unpacking all of it. It happened almost a year ago.
It happened almost a year ago?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
And I'm still working with my therapist.
Yeah.
And it's been.
Gotta have the.
Sabrina's like, work with a therapist forever, no matter what.
Yes.
I feel that way.
I do.
I mean, I'm like kind of, my therapy is very like, I'll text you when I next feel a pang, but also like, sometimes I'll just be generally anxious and Sean, I'll be like, you should book a session. Yeah. And it's like, it's to have that access to that is like such a squandered gift that a lot of people don't tap into. And it's like, how could you think that like for your body, you need all these exercises, but for your mind, you're just going to be like running on autopilot and have the best outcome?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're a very big proponent of that. I mean, you want your parents to go to therapy, right?
Oh my God. Who doesn't? Does anybody not want their parents to go to therapy?
No, I do. In fact, I'm still planning like a sneak attack on my mom. Like, how do I pretend it's like family therapy and then slowly, I mean, I'm sure it will be that, but then slowly start to back away and be like, this is for you, girl.
So you're having like an intervention, but it's just to go to therapy?
Well, she won't go. Like, she's not going to go on her own. So I have to come up with like a big ruse of like how we're going to do it together, which already sounds really tricky because of cultural barriers.
Well, we all have immigrant parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like, and Latins are just like, crazy people go to therapy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not, why would I talk? Why would I talk about it? It's like, I'll tell you why.
Like, the way our parents picture therapy, it's like we're going to like a police station and like
turning them
mentally arresting all the people in our lives.
Well, they used to put the ladies away. Yeah. They did used to put them away on long vacations.
They did used to put them away. Yeah. I mean, it is like, why would they think that? And it's like, my friends were electroshock therapy for sharing that.
Yeah. Like people knew people who that happened to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. What a life and what a world.
What is your self-diagnosis? Do you feel like you? Because I feel like I have depression. I take medication. Ilana, what would you say about yourself?
Yeah, I have depression, take medication, and I'm sort of I'm navigating the world of like, do I have ADHD? Struggled with anxiety for a while, but I feel like that's not your bag. That's not my number. Yeah.
Do you have
I feel depression? Very much like there's spectrums for all these things that we have the labels for, and then I love when people rush to be like, I'm not depressed. I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine.
That's crazy, running the other direction.
It's like when people are, because I think of it like sexuality, and I think we've been raised to think we are just these normal sort of like
bots
that stay on one side of the spectrum on all of these check boxes, but really there's a sliding scale, and there's times in my life where I've been more prone to depression, and there's times in my life where that's not the most active thing. There's times in my life where I feel anxious, and there's time, it's like I'm writing a poem right now.
The times in my life.
Shocking things
it's
about me.
It's called The Times.
My life. But like, what I find when we talk about sexuality and people are so obsessed with
clear-cut,
closed mind.
Clear-cut, even on the gay scale, like I'm 100% gay or like I'm 100% straight. It's like, okay, you're like holding on to something that is possible for you to be one of these like people that are absolutely on one side, but like there's, to me, I'm like definitely sliding scale, all these things. And I think one of the things that I would be most diagnosable on would be like an ADHD type thing, where I'm like, since I was little, when I was in a classroom, I invented reasons to take a walk. I entered student council and then never told people I was not part of student council. Later, I kept on insinuating I was going to student council meetings, but I was just simply walking, getting some water, trying to flirt with some teachers that I thought were hot.
Oh my God, I love that. You're like, I'm in a deep campaign right now. I can't talk.
That is an interesting little connection of the walks. And so my daughter recently has been like, can I please get tested for ADHD? And I'm like, yes, except I also struggle with that stuff. So like getting her the appointment and the thing, and it's all money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But she has like mandated walks since she was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
She's like the only one in class who's allowed to go take a walk. She's very fidgety, very, like.
Santi's been allowed to take walks if he wants, and I'm pushing that big time. Like to be able to verbalize, take a break. So I think that's what's happening, but he doesn't know quite how to access it yet. And so I'm like, listen, if you're bored and you need like a little break, or you need to stand in the back of the class and like
stretch.
What are the other ways we can get you engaged? That happened to Will, my husband. He was like in the back, and like a teacher caught that he had ADHD or something. And they were like, guess what? When you learn, you could go to the back and you can be like doodling, or you could stand. And it was like,
that's very helpful.
Open the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to the back, honey. I'm going for a walk. I don't need the back.
I need
this. A cold walk.
Get out of here. But
doing something.
I mean, I don't know a ton about you, but what I hear is a little overachieving.
Oh.
You like to do a lot of stuff,
and you're good at everything.
I mean, you guys have a similar, and you're good. You're good at taking on like big projects. Like you got a lot of stuff outside of. Well, first of all, I guess performance wise, when you introduce yourself, do you say? How do you introduce yourself?
I usually say these days I say writer, and then I also am a stand-up. I started as a stand-up, and that I'm Tech Avail, sister. I'll see how long they let me talk for, and they go, there's acting.
There might be trickling of confetti. Hey, are we all doing that?
Painting?
I heard there's a little pro tennis in there too.
Well, you could have gone, right?
Pickleball. I mean, tennis was my first love. I thought I'm going to be a tennis player. And then I was like, you have to work how hard? And then I said,
but even though you had that, like I never had to entertain any even close to ideas like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my parents were kind of like, the truth was I was never going to be a tennis champion. I don't think, like, especially with like all the things that make me happy. Like, imagine, like, if you think about the sport that you're like, it was the one that got away. It's like, did it though? Like,
were you really going to stick that out? Yeah.
Just get a little stoned and have some parties and have a fun time and meet different people. And
like, I could have played soccer in college, but I decided to go for competitive drinking instead. Yeah.
Competitive drinking always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard life. It's a tough life to choose. It's got to be just single focus, and you're giving up a lot. Okay, so anyway, but what was I saying? Was it follow my train of thought? It was come on, Ilana.
I know exactly where we were because we were sort of complimenting my athletic prowess.
Oh, yeah.
So actually talking about tennis, but I really wanted to talk about pickleball.
Wait, no, you're right. You're right.
Gold medal at pickleball.
I know, but now you're a pickleballer.
Now I'm a pickleballer. I'm writing a movie with my pickleball partner.
You are about pickleball or not about pickleball?
Pickleball is the backdrop
to
like a daughter relationship story.
Oh, but so it's really cute.
Oh, that's fun. Totally.
You're like that, like with Will, like you just like you've got this good hyper focus. And when you take on a project, I feel like you go really big. I mean, you'll do real estate, you do this, like everything you take on, you go hard.
She's got golden hands.
Well, when you get to do, I think that like in doing stand-up early, I realized that like if I took like one action towards something that I wanted, it doesn't guarantee I truly did think I was going to get an HBO special. The day after I was 16, I did a stand-up set, and the next day I remember distinctly being like, how am I going to record that when I'm in high school?
Oh my God.
So
that's amazing.
Delusional, get ahead of myself. But like that, just taking little steps towards things, the scariest part is taking the steps.
Yeah,
and then these roles, like I wanted to write a pilot for a decade before I wrote my first pilot. And I wanted to write a movie for even longer before I wrote my first movie. I remember being a teenager and kind of like, what's it called? Directors do with the little,
the drawing, shot. The little drawings. Yeah. The shots.
I like drew the like shots.
Yeah.
Like romantic comedy.
A little storyboard of
there you go, storyboard. I was like, oh my God.
A limo and a straight couple, and like just like some guy who got me.
That's amazing.
I drew the little, but that's like decades before I finally finished the first draft of this movie. And it's like, it just takes a long time, but moving little steps towards things.
Well, I was telling Mo, we were watching a special the other day, and I was like, sometimes, really like half the battle is like a little confidence and just going for it, like that can get you, because so many people talk themselves out of, fear will just,
oh yeah,
that stuff is scary.
The thing is that the first version kind of sucks compared to what you think it's going to be in your head.
And as soon as you get over that,
really scary.
That's with filmmaking too, which is hard because you see the cut and you're like, whoops, what did I do?
But if you do it over and over again, then that first step always softens. And you're like, it's always a nightmare the first round.
Can I ask you, Sabrina, how did you end up in comedy? Were you always funny? Was it like a hard pursuit? Because you started doing stand-up so young.
I just thought of it like an extracurricular. I went to a stand-up show. I got a flyer. It said amateur night. And before then, I had already been like kind of just trying to get attention however I could. Like in fifth grade, got pulled out into the hallway by my teacher. I was in French immersion and she was crying. And she was like, you cannot do my accent whenever I leave the room.
Oh, no.
You do my accent and it hurts my feelings. And I, of course, cried. I went to the bathroom and cried. Aww. But like thinking about that, I'm like, oh yeah, I was like the girl that was like, as soon as she left doing, and obviously it's offensive because I'm doing her then again, but I'm sure she doesn't mind now on a podcast. But I always wanted to get attention. And so I was like, oh, this is perfect. And it felt also like very like in line with what a kid should be doing. It's like, let me grab and I can tell everyone what I think. And the stakes are so low when you're a kid. I didn't have to pay rent. So like, the expectation is just like, oh, let's see if I like it. And then I loved it.
That's incredible.
What are you talking about right now in your stand-up? Because you've like recently gone... Do you feel like you've gone back to stand up on a more regular, I feel like from the outside?
I'm trying to build a show right now. And I've got some pictures from like the past, from like Rowan's birth. We have this 7-month-old that I mentioned. Oh. Did I mention it?
You just had a baby. We're mentioning it now. Yeah. You just had a baby.
I just had a baby. I'm talking about fertility. I'm talking about drum roll and miscarriage. Good night. Goodbye. I leave the podcast. I'm talking about...
It's a mental health podcast, not comedy forward.
Basically just like our family's journey of like building our family with some pictures. And generally always when I just go out to do a set, I'm generally just talking about kind of what I'm chewing on these days. And especially since like the way the IVF battles and the climbing up the mountain and sliding back down, that's like something I'm very passionate about talking about right now. Usually always on stage, the things that I really that I think also end up being the more successful things are things that are like something that at one point has been a really hard thing to deal with. Like even at the beginning of my stand-up when I was a teenager, I think part of what the success was like, it was months after 9/11 and growing up like with this huge Muslim family and having people say weird, like Islamophobic things. And that was like just normal. there was a bit of that in my stand-up, and talking about like having a mustache, which was something I was like horrified about. Like all of a sudden these things that were embarrassing have become these empowering things and these ways to connect with people, like in the bathroom, that also after the set that are like, I have a mustache. It's like that's like became like the thrill of it. And like now the mustache has just sort of evolved into like coming out, and the mustache is now a miscarriage. And then that sort of ends up informing kind of the TV stuff too, the movie or whatever it is I'm writing ends up being kind of born from that.
Does Shauna, your wife, have qualms about how soon you talk about stuff on stage? Like, do you think about that stuff, or do you go like, I'm ready, or is it you feel it out?
I think until the fertility stuff, I did talk about my in-laws, and that got me in trouble. And I saw a clip before our wedding and was like, fuck you. And I was like, I'll take it down. So I'm not going to say this is like the first time I'm talking about our lives, but I think I'm so lucky in the way that I've partnered, where I'm with someone who's sort of gangster and like wants to like
get it, like be real about.
Yeah, like kick up some dirt. Picture me. We're riding on horses on a wild terrain called and dirt is flying everywhere, and it's Shauna and I were holding hands, and then you zoom up, and then on the road it says Sabrina's stand-up.
Sabrina's next special.
I'm in. I'm all in on that.
Well, and your wife is a creative too,
what's her role?
So my wife is a wardrobe stylist who, when we were living in New York, was doing a lot of like e-commerce, like cool brand styling. And then when she moved to LA, she was sort of like, I simply don't want to dress celebrities and do that route. Mm-hmm. It was not her style, but she actually does. She right now she styles like some sort of like people that are like energetically aligned with her, that are doing appearances and stuff. She styles, but mainly she's like, again, so nice partner to me, because she's in our lives. She has put her career to the side and dedicated, her life to these kids. And when it was fertility, it was like, that was a lot too. And like, our son is now in first grade, but we've started again with a new baby. And so right now she's in the front, like trying to put Ro into bed. But she's also this weekend doing a market. She's interested in reemerging when she gets to like come up from the depths and do flowers. So she's nice. Like just, Cristina knows, she's just like, when it comes to aesthetics, she is like a Rain Man, like just being able to picture it and see it. And when she feels it, you know that it's real. It's like, isn't that like, that's the thing with everything. It's like, that's my tether to why talking about the miscarriage works on stage, because it's something that feels so real to me.
Yeah.
That I can then latch onto that and convey something, and it's soothing for me. And for her, I think it's so like clear when she sees spaces and things, what the vision is. Yeah. Whereas I don't know what like when I take off the sweater and someone says, what were you wearing today? I'll be like, please, I don't know.
Well, I think when the in alignment thing can sound so hokey, but it's like, if stuff flows out of this seed of what is, we talked about that with being like sort of honoring the creative impulse, right? We could say, well, why make another podcast, or why make another mental health podcast, or why make anything at all? But if I don't know, if it's coming from this place of like true creation of your own energy, it just flows. You're going to be doing it anyway. You know what I mean? Like Shauna would walk into any room, whether being paid or not, and you're going to tell us fun story or a joke, whether you know what I mean? Like you can't quit. It's like so who you are.
You're sharing your soul.
Every time I come over, Christina's like, tell me a fun story or a joke.
Tell me a fun story, honey.
Flowers.
And you know what?
Bring me flowers. Tell me a story.
I wanted to say, like, off of what you were just saying, Cristina, about why make another podcast. That's like, I think that kind of voice in our head or in the world comes from somebody who's speaking from their fear of creating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a podcast is now just a form of, it's like saying like, why make another TV show? It's
right.
like, well,
totally.
Literally, it's like, why say another thing?
Why write another book? Why make another love story?
It's just another way that we can connect. And like, if we dare to say we have something to say, then that's why.
Right. Yeah. And all those people who come out of the woodwork and have so much criticism, they just get to stay the critic and not make anything. And
well, you know what's going to be on my headstone? Well, at least she fucking tried. Because, you know, I do feel like half the people who have all these dreams and these creative, I mean, everybody is a creator and an artist in their own way, right? They just haven't found the thing, right? Or the fear has taken over to way more than the desire to make it. And so sometimes when I'm like feeling a little bit, I'm like, you know what? Well, at least I fucking did it. Everybody's got notes.
You know what I will say? One of the healthiest things I think I've ever done for like my creativity is to do something that has nothing to do with anything. Like I went and did
nice. So you're not trying to make money, huh?
Yeah, I did a pottery class and I was like, this is so much fun. And I made a shit ton of bowls and cups and mugs and was like, oh, it just feels so good. And I get to have a tactile thing. And it was like, and it kind of weirdly opened me up comedically, right? Like it had nothing to do with it, but it like, I was able to kind of let go and just be like, what do I want to say? What's inside, right?
It's like using like pickleball as a metaphor. Like
I was like, pickleball. This is coming back to pickleball.
It always does.
No, but like in any sport, it's like you want to be loose enough. You want to have the practice to like know what kind of is working for you, but then loose enough to try new things.
Yeah.
And that's where you then feel like in this like euphoria when you're playing the sport where you're like, oh, this is so I'm in the play space. So like
it's a beginner's mind.
The play space. But just I think, you know, at the same time, I also was the person who wanted to write a pilot and didn't for years and years and years. I think it's like that, again, being like having enough wiggle room to be like, I'm not going to be frozen by the fact that this has been hard for me to broach.
Yeah.
And I'm also not going to take a step forward and know that it likely is the wrong step, but like a million wrong steps. What did Lady Gaga say? You can take a million wrong steps and one step will be the right step. And then you'll be Lady Gaga.
Well, that was her interview, right? 99 people said no. And then the one person said yes.
Well, you know, my mantra whenever I get stuck is I just go, next step, next step. And it's like a little quiet voice. It's like a very simple one because the whole world feels so creatively, you know, you get flooded with ideas and emotions and what you think, you start producing the thing in your head. And then I just go, next step, next step. It's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what else is helpful?
What else?
Just looking at you guys over there and thinking about, I have an office recently. Virginia Woolf was right. A room of one's own.
A room of one's own, a space.
Create a little space for yourself because in your bedroom and if that space is a coffee shop that feels like you had a good day writing there, it's like finding spaces that open things up is important.
Yeah, I do feel like I've gotten stunted or just sort of trapped because we have a smaller place. And I don't have a room of one's own.
That can really affect things.
But it is true. There have been places where I go and work and I'm like, this is the place. And then I stop.
Yeah. And I've rented a space recently and I have to say, and then you're going, it's money and I have a place and why don't I just do it here? But in 2 hours in a rented blank room, something is going to happen because eventually you get bored enough that you're like, well, I'm paying for the room. I might as well make something here than like hours at home.
It's that like domestication that just like pulls you in where you're like laundry, dishes, all the things. It's really hard to like,
the blank room.
Going to a park or like, I remember like one time I wrote something by the ocean and it was like, I think it's like the little girl in me that wants to take a walk during class too is sort of like, can you believe it? We're doing it.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's like the sense of wonder again.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ilana? We're doing some endorsements now.
Oh, yeah.
We keep trying to find a better word for this. Sabrina,
current obsessions,
because every time we say endorsements, it sounds like you're being paid, but really this is in no way paid, though we are open, but it's like things that we're obsessed with.
Like things that are kind of helping us or
helping us get through this life.
Yeah.
Ooh, got it. Snooze, Scrub Daddy. What else?
What's Scrub Daddy?
Snooze?
I know Snooze.
Scrub Daddy doesn't deserve to be here. Scrub Daddy's doing fine. It's a sponge that was sold on Shark Tank and they're making zillions.
Yeah, do something else now.
Come at me, Scrub Daddy.
Are you asking me what I endorse and you guys are going to endorse first and then I'm going to go third?
We can all go.
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
let's do that.
Listen, it can be anything. And what I'm going to say right now is my endorsement is just gardening, just a garden box.
Just a general garden?
A garden box. I mean, this is the thing that...
A garden box?
I don't have land, Christina.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, but what do you said a garden box?
It's just like a giant garden box.
Oh, like those
but when the time comes and the seasons change and my tomatoes have died and like getting to like re-till my little
soil.
box.
This is all sounding. When the time comes and the seasons change, I'm going to till that.
I'm going to put some seeds.
The time comes and the seasons change.
Put some seeds in my box.
It does sound like a good beginning of something. Your next project, your next grade. We're going to leave the podcast and go do the next thing.
I've got an album coming out, and it's called My Garden Box.
My garden box, till my soil.
Yeah, I just love it. I love a garden. I love a garden project.
It is nice to like be tactile.
And you could like pick a thing and eat it, and there's just something very satisfying.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
My current obsession is, well, it's twofold. Well, specifically, it's The Substance, the movie, not to timestamp it, but I'm going to. Oh. And then also, because of that, seeing a movie during the day, guys, reclaiming that artist state.
Oh, yeah.
I saw The Substance.
Were you solo?
No, I went with my husband. We went on a little date. It wasn't so technically, it's not an artist thing, okay? But we went. It's so fun. We were like, I loved it. He was like, I'm just so happy this movie got made, which is like a fun way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's so wild and so fun. And it was like, felt like this is why you go to the movies. I was like, mouth open, like, what? And then you walk out into the bright sunlight and you feel like you've been in this experience, because sometimes when you come out at night, it's like the same. But you go into this little dark box and you see this like insane movie, and then the sun hits you and you're like, I feel changed. And it really felt that way.
I like the idea of
just so awesome. I loved it. Have you seen it?
I was looking at Showtimes right now. I can't make it happen today, but I'm like,
I know. You sold it. I'm
Americana
ready.
brand, 12:15 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm with right now.
I like that wasn't just an endorsement for The Substance, but just like movie theaters in general.
The Americana. Have you heard about movies, kids? Well, go back to the movies.
Sure. There is something also like that's like a fun sneaky date with your wife while the kid is
my rebellious hours where I don't have to check in with anybody.
And I brought Rowan into the movie theater and gotten away with it. So
oh my God, you snuck in.
Little cans on him.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Baby.
I don't think he had to pay anyway. It's a 7. I mean, what do you have to sneak him in for?
No, he's not. I mean, snuck him in like, I got away with it in life, not like.
Oh, got it. I like to get a deal. I thought you like a deal.
I don't know if they still do this.
I love a deal, but if they ever tried to charge me for this little sack of potatoes I'm wearing.
Hey, that kid's enjoying.
Oh my
this
God,
feature.
he is such a delicious sack of little potato.
I gotta snuggle this kid, apparently.
I'm going to show you a photo of him afterwards. Okay, so what are you currently obsessing about that's getting you through the days?
Guess what I'm in this realm is like this idea of sleep training in whatever way works for you, but like starting to get your kid into their crib around 6 to 8 months, around that time. Like Ronan right now is 7 months old and he is sleeping like basically through the night with just like one little wake up, just a quick little like tiny little snack of milk. Which
congratulations.
Yeah, you figured out that schedule. You like figured it out.
But you do it and you say, okay, for 3 days, they're going to cry.
It's going to be rough.
It may be more for you, maybe less for you. But like you say, it's going to be hard. But guess what? It's like what we were saying about life. Like when your kid is sad about brunch and you're like, guess what?
You're going to get through brunch.
And I get through brunch. And that's what it is for them. Yeah. It's best to do it when they're little.
I did just have a thought, though. Is the joke about like saying, and because you were saying he slept, and I was like, sleeping like a baby. But sleeping like a baby, you've always like associated like sleeping really well. But is the joke on people that sleeping like a baby is like, haha, actually, fuck you. Sleeping like a baby means you're not sleeping, you little
I love a scene of a woman that's like, sleep deprived and at home and like recovering from birth and thinking about that. I think that's a good short film. It's like that. He's like,
sleeping like a baby, sleeping like a baby. Why isn't he sleeping like a baby?
Why isn't he sleeping like a baby? But that's the fucking joke. The joke, it's a joke. It's a life joke. But getting them trained, I think you're right. I think, and it sets them up it sets them up well.
Yeah, they feel independent. They feel it's the beginning of self-soothing.
Yeah.
I can make myself stop crying. Yeah. Sorry to brag. That's just true about
me.
Oh
my God. Wow. Can you cry on command?
Probably
sort of?
if I give me enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm impressed. That. I might have to, I need some training.
Come hang out with us. We like to cry.
I got to cry more.
Will's always like you're not crying again, are you? I'm like, I am.
Did you guys hear that? Sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
Christina was
sorry, Bina.
Doing an act out.
Sorry, if I could just submit because I don't want it to get lost. Is just that crying is like coming for your face and your heart.
Oh my! I'm glad you repeated that.
Yeah, you gotta like work yourself up. That's why you're like, could you cry right now? I'm like, well, I couldn't just
come immediately.
Let them pour down, but I'd have to like master. Sorry to use the word, but I'd have to get.
It's not a bad word.
Emotionally. I'd have to get myself into that emotional direction.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Direction, is that a joke on the word direction? Because it starts with a D.
Erection?
But it's direction and it's master.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a bad word. That is a clinical word. That's the word you'd find it in a book. Any book.
I feel like that is going to help me cry more. I feel like looking at it that way.
On the way home, we're gonna.
Well, guess what? I bet that part of the block for you for crying is that you've had such a chin up mentality around like, I'm not going to go there. It's a waste of time. I'm going to go somewhere productive. And like, I bet that it's about leaning into that.
Because you get so much. I know I'm so much more productive when I am like able to like release and be open.
You know
in
what
that
we
way.
all want to ask next, though?
What? Can I come out of my face?
Can you do that easily? Do you feel like you there's a channel open here?
The channel is, yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So just pretend the channels are here.
I gotta fake it till I make it up here, not down here.
The vaginas are here.
Okay.
Dump your pussy to your eyes and make yourself cry.
I'm gonna get that bumper sticker.
Oh, God. Goodness, I think that's the end for us.
Is it?
Yeah.
This whole episode?
It's such a good ending. The pussy in the eyes.
Coming out of your eyes, obviously.
There's
It's
9
too
other
good.
things to tell you.
You do? Tell us.
Tell us.
What's the bullet
What
point?
do you, real quick, before we go, is there anything you're pushing, anything you want to promote that you're working on?
At your tears, at your eyes.
Well, I didn't prepare myself for this. I really hope this movie that I wrote gets made. It's a romantic comedy about finding your donor, and I sold the script to Warner Brothers, so I hope that they...
Congratulations. I hope they make it.
They better make it.
And I'm doing a new cartoon with... Actually, am I allowed to say it? I'm doing something cool. That's probably good, right? To say it like that. Because
I'm doing something cool.
You know when you get snuck up on a podcast and they're like promote something and you're like, oh, geez. But I did land on something that I think is pretty cool.
Okay, well, wait for round 2. Come on,
keep your eyes open for a cool thing from me. And follow me on Instagram, why don't you? I love getting all the likes, the hearts. I love it. I love some messages from you listening to this. Did you connect with something I said? Come on over and write me. I'll gobble it up like a little glutton.
We'll send them all there. It's going to be so much emotion.
You know what? Honestly, if this promo area could just go in a direction of everybody listening, please write me.
Please.
This is what makes Sabrina cry. Just bawl.
Write me.
It's a plea for love.
Are you promoting anything? No, but if you can all go to Instagram.
Just myself. I just need.
Go to Instagram.
Just me.
And please like me. That's where I post my shows too. You can see a show.
Yeah,
if you go.
follow.
Perfect. Well, you are a delight.
I love you, Bina.
I love you dearly. Thanks for having me. A room of one's own. Way to
You're
go.
gorgeous.
A girl's got a room of one's own with the good microphones
You're
too.
gorgeous. Open up those little eyeballs and let it come out.
Let it come out of your eyes, girl.
Let the cum shine.
It's getting grotesque.
God,
I
it's
love
getting
it.
weird.
I like it.
Let the cum shine.
It's always hard to hang up in the podcast. You know? It's like the hang up is hard.
I'll never hang up.
I know. I'm like, we could be here for a long time, but I got to go
Same.
pick up a baby.
Oh, she's got to go. I'd stay here
Go,
forever.
Bina. But we're going to have the ayahuasca episode. Maybe we have you back. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. The ayahuasca episode should last 24 hours. And endurance... Your giggle says you're not in.
Oh, I'm always in a competitive.
I did theater.
Episode?
I did experimental theater. I'm like, let's do a 24-hour interview.
Listen, the competitive ayahuasca participation is what got me into trouble. Really,
I can't believe that I hit a nerve like that with my ayahuasca comment, and that this is all
very in tune.
Am I literally the best?
You are.
Obviously, I thought you were going to say intuitive, but yeah, the best.
I was going to say intuitive and then I wanted to swerve and just say the best, but I do worry about my likability. Please write me and let me know.
Hey, if you like listening to That's So Mental, send us your thoughts or show ideas. Let us know what you'd like to hear about.
That was so mental. Rate, subscribe, and hit us up with your stories.
That's So Mental.